that old favorite?
Well, you know, this was the folks at Rudolph approached me about doing a collaboration, basically on the strength of the success of the Disney collaboration.
Okay.
And at first I thought, you know, gee, I'm not sure really, because I wasn't sure how many people out there were as enthusiastic about it, or it was so much of a family tradition as it was in our house. I mean, we watch it every year. The whole family gets together. It's one of the things we do. And I can, you know, I can hear Burl Ives in my head right now. You know, it's just such a, you know, such a wonderful movie. And so to do the characters, I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a try. You know, so initially I did three characters, and really surprised myself at how good they look. I have to toot my own horn there for a little bit, but you know, we fleshed this thing out and have told the whole story, and you know, this is, you know, the main characters, and they're in scenes that everybody will relate to.
Well, let's take everyone through.
Okay.
So starting off, we have our Santa scene, and Santa features Rudolph pulling the sleigh on his tummy.
Well, see, once again, this is a kind of a trademark of mine, I guess, you know, you might say, of using the main character as the backdrop for the storytelling, you know, that is sort of like a scene, a vignette, if you will, you know, that's on the piece. So, and that, of course, the main story is Rudolph and the sleigh, you know, pulling the sleigh and that kind of stuff at night. And so that's the image I've got on the Santa. But it's a substantial piece too, and that's the thing I like about it. You know, it's big enough to be. It's really large enough to really make a statement.
He's 7 inches tall and quite chunky. And also our snowman. This is Sam the Snowman.
Right.
And in his scene, he has, is her name Clarabelle?
Clarice.
Clarice.
Yeah, Clarice.
And Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph, and then the animals there that are in the movie that everybody will, you know, recognize.
And Jim, you remembered his pocket watch.
I did. You know, he's got to keep track of time too.
And he does throughout the story. He pulls his little watch.
It's very
out.
important for snowmen to keep track of time.
That's true, because their time is very
That's
limited. And then lastly, one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, me too. Bumble.
So Bumble.
And this is the happy Bumble. This is after the, you know, of course, the extraction. You know,
his teeth
was giving him his problem. You know, and we've got Klondike. Oh my goodness.
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, Yukon Cornelius, of course, and then Hermie, and there's Rudolph.
And Hermie was one of my favorites too, because he was just so stinking cute.
I know, you know, and I tell you what, there were people that first time they seen this collection, the first thing out of their mouth is, "I want to be a dentist," you know, because that was what Hermie was all about, you know.
Well, when Jim creates these pieces, he does think of them as a family that live together.
Well, that's just it, you know. And if you put them together as a grouping, you know, it makes a terrific statement. If you love that story, and if that's part of your family tradition and, you know, your family history, it goes back so far, you know. It's always been in our family, and if it's in, you know, if it's in your family out there, you know, then this is just a great collection, you know, to decorate around the holidays.
I think also, Jim, it's just a reminder of when we were young and kids, and we looked forward to this.
I remember those times.
H207612. Well, that's why it's nice to have the little ones. They kind of remind us and make us a kid again. Well, here's a little sneak peek. Coming up, we are going to be revealing the 2015 breast cancer awareness figurine that Jim has